Hi everyone and welcome to this 2025 Xplore XE Lite handover video by us here at Wiltshire Caravans. As always, we'll start around the back. We always do, because the XE range of the Xplores now, they had a rebrand in 2025. They've added lots and lots of extras, including a bike rack. Now this bike rack has got a maximum 60 kilogram weight limit on it, so you can put 4 ordinary bicycles or 2 electric bikes on there. So it's quite impressive stuff. But just showing you at the back, sorry, you've got grab handles to move the caravan around easy, or your light clusters, so you've got your fog lights, running lights, indicators, reversing lights, brake lights. Area there for your number plate, of course, and then you've got the corner steadies at the back. I can't help but remind people, corner steadies are not for levelling as such. Don't use them to do the levelling. Get the caravan level, whether you need blocks or whatever. They are just corner steadies. We're actually going to start around this side for a change, because this is the side that's got the toilet area. Okay, we will go around to the other side. Right, okay, while we're here, two keys now. Whereas there used to be one key fits all. The big key is for the door, the smaller key does everything else. And what you might have noticed, it's also got a fob. This fob is for the alarm. The Xplore range now all come with the alarms and with trackers. So to set the alarm, 1 beep means the alarm is set. 2 beeps means it's now not set. You've turned it off. However, at least once you'll have these in your pocket and you will press this button here by accident. This is the panic alarm. I will set it off. So normally I wait till there's someone walking by, but I can't see anyone at the moment. So we'll just press it. It's a bit loud. And we were expecting it. So when you're not expecting it, honestly, you'll frighten yourself to death. So be aware, while these are in your pocket, you will set them off. I took them off and put them in the drawer. Right, first part, toilet. So this is where your toilet rinse goes in. A lot of people use obviously the pink fluid. It's quite difficult to pour in unless you've got some kind of container. I just used an old 2-litre pop bottle, put a little bit of pink in the bottom, fill it up with water, then pour it in. You'll know when it needs refilling because you'll press the flush and nothing will happen. Okay. Yeah, standard Thetford toilet cassette. Okay, so you'll know when it needs emptying because there's a little light that comes on next to the toilet flush button. When that lights up, it just needs emptying. So you can wheel it away to the destination of where all the horrible stuff goes. When you get there, that funnel just goes forward. Take the lid off, put the lid somewhere safe. Don't let it fall into the hole, because if you have to go and get it, it's not pleasant. Then lift over the hole and press that button to release any pressure, air pressure. Okay, you'll want to rinse out then. I would say put the cap back on, slide that across, open that. There's always a hose pipe there. Just give it a quick swill out, rinse out, close everything up again, give it a swill, take the lid off, repeat the process, and then that will be cleaned out. You'll be wanting to put some blue or maybe green, depending on if you're using the organic. Now on the cap, you can just about see there are measurements on there. So have a read of the bottle of what you're using and fill it up that much. You can put it straight in there or you can put it in there. But this goes back in to here. One other thing to notice or to be aware of, particularly for winter time or if it's going to be a frost, we want to empty that reservoir. Under here there's a little pipe, little black pipe. Just literally take the bung out, have a bucket with you because it does come out quite quickly, and empty that, and it just literally goes back up in there. Like I say, we've also got a separate video on winterizing and battery management, so just be aware that's needs to be emptied. Right, important information, the weight plate. So on this weight plate we've got the CRIS number or VIN number. You've got 1090 is the maximum plated weight, so the maximum this caravan is allowed to be is 1090 kilograms. The massive running order, so empty, is 955. So just be aware of how much you're allowed to put into the caravan. Tyre pressures on here, 47 psi, so it's quite high. And the wheel bolt torque on the steel, which is the spare one underneath, is 102 Newton meters, but on the alloys here, it's 130 Newton meters. Coming along, quite simply, this is just a locker that you can access, and you've also got an electric point there which will run a cable in there, so if you have got an awning you can just run an extension cable into your awning. This is the battery box. One big battery. This is your electric hookup, and the motor mover that we've got on here, the isolators there. The motor mover is a separate video altogether, so I won't go into that here, but all your electrics and all your electric hookup is here. Quite simple. Ooh, right, gas barbecue point. So when your gas bottles are in the front, gas barbecue, I can't stress enough, don't have a gas barbecue inside an awning. I know it may sound obvious, but let me just keep that warning going. While we're talking about the gas, this is the gas locker. My favourite bit about this is that it's like an old Austin Mini, but never mind. So in the locker, 2 areas for gas bottles. You don't have to have 2, you can have 1, but it's set up for 2. They come in as standard with the Xplore now. An Alco wheel lock. You get a 25 metre lead, leg winder, wheel brace, and these are the parts for the bike rack. My main reason for coming in here is I'm getting the water pump out. However, while we're at the front, all the Xplores now come with ATC. ATC is Alco trailer control. So there's a sensor on the chassis, so as if the caravan does start to go out of shape, the brakes will be dabbed on to stabilise the caravan. The only time you should notice it is when you go over a speed hump. It might feel heavier for a couple of seconds, but that's a good thing. If you've never caravan before, we've got hitch up videos and all that sort of stuff anyway. But what I wanted to do was get the water pump out to show you where the water pump goes. Right, okay, follow me, thank you. Okay, this is just the exhaust vent. So if you're using gas for the hot water and heating, that's just the vent, the exhaust port basically. So your water, that just slides up. Take your pump, push it in and clip that down. It's as simple as that. This end then goes into the water barrel, and this goes over the hole, stop any dirt coming in. It does have a little area there, just so you can, when you're changing your water barrel, it stops this from falling on the floor. Okay, these vents for fridge and freezer. And finally, really, the if I could open them. So, waste pipe. So, your grey waste, we call it. This goes into the waste master. So, your 2 sinks, bathroom and kitchen, and your shower. That's where the wastewater comes out. Pretty much, I mean, we've got marker lights on both sides. Pretty much outside, that's almost it. Well, that is it, really. Let's go inside and we'll show you how everything works. Right, in we go. Welcome to the TARDIS. There it is. Very, very simple. It's a very small, genuine 4-berth. Well, small, I say, but it does seem bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Nice L-shaped lounge. Does turn into a full-size double bed. Amazing, really. But let's just get on with what I need to say. I'm going to put on, like I said, I'm not putting these in my pocket because I might set the alarm off like I normally do. Okay. where to start? Right, okay, so you've got your caravan onto your pitch, you've plugged your electric in. First place we need to go is probably to the control panel. Now this might get a little bit awkward, so I might have to hang out just so that we can see what's going on. Right, so really simple caravan to use. So we've got master switch. Not surprisingly, that's the master switch. Some lights will come on. If I press lights, the rest of the lights will come on. Light switches everywhere. Again, part of the fun of this is finding them yourselves. Awning, that's not an automatic awning. That is your awning light, which is just here. Pump, that's the water pump. I will turn it on. You might hear a bit of a whiz from the water pump because I've left it in. Well, I can hear it, but I doubt if you'll be able to pick that up on the microphone. But yeah, so that's just the water pump. That's very, very simple. On here it does show that you've got your voltmeter showing how many volts we've got. Now, if you do everything and you've got no power or something's going wrong, it might be a case of a problem on your breaker switches. So you've got your breaker switches there and all your fuses. There is a test to do. Now I will get down low enough to do it, hopefully. Every now and then press this button here. As long as that then closes down or shuts down, it means power is coming into the van, so that's a good thing. Everything is labelled, it's very clear, you can't really go wrong with it. Normally though, if you overload the electrics, you'll probably pop the breaker switch on the pole outside. Okay, now as we're British, despite the fact that we're going through some beautiful weather at the moment, we generally need the hot water and the heating. Okay, so the Whale system, I've got a separate video of this ourselves, which is direct from Whale, which will be more, far more, it will explain things far more clearly than I do when I'm waffling along. But just very simply, on the heating, so you've got hot water. I'm not going to turn that on because there's no water in here at the moment. But the heating is currently saying off. Press it, it will highlight everything, but still say off. Press again, and you've got various options of fuels. So 1 electric bar for the heating, well, that will heat it up eventually. 2 electric bars will heat it up far quicker. 3 maximum, so you'll heat it up very, very quickly if you have that much power available to you. If you're off grid, you can use gas. Now you can hear the power's just come on. But I would suggest go on to 2 to start with. Once you're at temperature, particularly if they are starting to charge for the electricity, then drop it back down to 1. But to change temperature, very simply, up and down. It's ever so easy, and it's exactly the same on the hot water, except the hot water is only 1 temperature, and that is very hot. Be aware that you have to use the mixer tap correctly because you will burn yourself. One handy hint, when you're about to leave site at the end of your holiday, make sure you turn this off about 5 minutes or so before you're going to turn the main power off. And that's only because it needs to go down a rundown cycle. If you just hear it, it's clearing down now. If it doesn't, and the next time you turn your system on, you might get an exclamation mark, a red exclamation mark, in which case you have to press a couple of red buttons. Now they're not in the obvious place. I will show you where they are now. What I'll do, I'll ask Emma just to turn the camera off for a second while I throw this all over the place. Right, okay, so under here, after removing everything, this is the water heater there. Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to see it very clearly, but there's a red button just down here. So if you get the exclamation mark on the water heater, just press that for a second, and that will reset that system for the hot water. Now, the heating has also got a red button. It took me ages to find it. So, sorry, you'll have to go over my shoulder, Emma. And I'm going to have to open the drawer, wind your shins, and you can just about see, there, that's the red button. So if you've got a red exclamation mark next to the heating, that's the button to press to reset. Okay, happy days. One more thing down here to show you, and it's massively important. Right down in the corner, I'm not sure, yeah, you can just about see that yellow tap there. That's the drain down tap. In the position it's in at the moment, it's drained, there's no water in this caravan. To get water in, you need to close that tap, so a quarter turn, just to close that tap, and then water will come in quite freely at that point. You will do it at least once, where you'll have a full water barrel, you'll turn the water pump on, you'll open your taps, and you'll think, nothing's coming through. And you'll realise that that's closed, and it's all just gone straight out on the floor. Okay, Emma, if you want to turn that off, I'll put it all back together again. Right, we're all back together then. Okay, other things at the front here, obviously we've just got lots and lots of cupboard space, more than enough for a small van. You've got a little table there for your TV to go onto, TV point there, you've got the 12 volt or a 230 volt socket as well. 230 volt sockets over here. You have got a lift up flap, so it gives you a little bit extra space in the kitchen area. Yeah, I could say, well, might as well go around this way really. Cooker. So, yeah, oddly enough. Glass lid has to be up, obviously, before you light the burners. And you've got an electric hob, which is new on this range for this year. Very simple, it's a cooker. There's your sparks for your 2 gas burners and for your oven and grill. Okay, don't put this down when everything's hot. You don't want it to shatter. Okay, I was saying about the mixer taps and using them correctly. So, in here, got a draining board, do you know? Don't put it on that side, obviously, but draining board there. When you're going to do the washing up, I'm going to say about the hot water, don't turn it straight onto hot and go whack and throw it up, because that will scald you. Make sure you use the mixer correctly. I can't stress that enough. And I can't ever get these back in. Only that. Just testing. Thank you. Oh, still not right, but never mind. I'll sort that out in a minute. I'm not sure why they've got socks. I suppose in case they get cold. Anyway, right. So, yeah, lots of drawer space, cutlery drawer, grill pan handle, plug for the sink. Space, space, space. Under here, now we have got gas isolator for the cooker. However, if you're using propane, just turn everything off at the bottom. But here we have an electric plug, which is for the electric hob. So if you're worried that somebody might knock that on by mistake, you can just turn it off at the plug. I shall leave it off because I'm likely to be the one that catches it. Fridge, freezer. So to turn on, press and hold on the button on the far left. Well, it's not a button, it's just a sign there. So we have got options of mode. So the modes are, you can run on the car battery, well, off the alternator. When you're travelling, this will maintain the temperature of a fridge. It won't cool it down from the start, but it will maintain the temperature, so the fridge has to be cold already. Gas. If you're going out off grid and you need to go on gas, that will do it. The fridge cools down far faster on gas than it does on electric. But if you're already plugged into a site, might as well use the electric. Go on to electric. It does also have the option of auto. So of course, because we're plugged in, it's gone straight onto electric. If we plugged a car in now, it should then go straight over to the battery side, so off the alternator of the car, as long as the wiring is set up for it on your car. To change temperatures, very simple, just press the little thermometer. Show you the fridge itself, very simple, it's a fridge. Does fridge things. Nice big freezer compartment, so you've got enough ice for your gin and tonics. But these are really nice because you can lock them closed. So, that was me pressing mode, sorry. So, yes, you can lock them for when you're travelling. Travel locks, excellent. And when you're not using the caravan, there's also, if I can find them, take my glasses off because I can't see and I can't get into them. There's a little, there's normally a little catch in there, which I can't get my chubby little fingers in. But there is one in there. I'll get that sorted out. As I said earlier, it is a genuine 4-berth. Oh, I forgot to show you something. Oh, I forgot. Genuine forgetting. Up here, another part of the spec for the Xplore range this year, you've got Wi-Fi. So you've got a 4G Wi-Fi in there. Yes, it's a 4-berth. So you've got a smallish, well no, it's not small, it's actually quite a big wardrobe. You've got a standalone table in there, which is useful. But nice size, obviously curtains to go around the bunk, up around the track around here. But, so this side, ooh, the dinette, this turns into a bed down here, a single bed, but all my little favourite bit, especially as for the inner child in me, as in I never grew up. Not a bed, a bunk bed with the ladder. Now, says this is not suitable for children under 6 without supervision. Well, I don't think I'd trust me up there, let alone anyone under 6, but there you go. So yes, it is a genuine 4-berth caravan. This will be the base of the bottom unit. So any prospective owners, when they come to pick up, I'll show you how to do that when we do the handover. Right, bathroom. It is a fully functioning wet room, really. So you've got your toilet, shower. Shower's got a sock on as well because it's still cold in the mornings. One thing I did want to show you, well, I'm in here. I was saying about you'll know when the toilet needs emptying, the cassette needs emptying. A little light comes on there, a little red light comes on there to say that it's full and it needs emptying. At that point, you've probably got 2 or 3 wees left in it, but why take the chance? Do what we do. Just before wine o'clock, I'll go and empty the toilet. Fully functioning microwave. Basically, there's not a lot else I need to show you. Oh, I do. I lied. Say, we've got an Omnivent. So, with an Omnivent, open the vent by turning that. Press the power button. Be gentle with them. They don't like to be rushed, so don't go just dub, 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 dub. But this will extract, but you can also bring air in. Give it a chance. So then on a hot day, you can sometimes bring some air back in. Do remember, when you finish using it, particularly when you're going to travel, close all of your vents. See, Emma has got, her OCD has got to her, and she's trying to put the draining board in. All right, if we need to put the draining board in, we'll put the draining board in. There you are, Emma. I'm sorry I've upset you so much. For the last 15 minutes, she's been twitching. Okay, so there's fly screens and blackout blinds on all of the windows and on all the vents. The vents, there's no fly screen on this one, but it has got a blackout, which I've clearly got stuck somewhere, so I'll be fixing that very shortly after this video, which I always love it when that happens. It makes me so happy. And you've also got blackout blinds and fly screens on this one as well. But pretty much that's it for the way to use the 304. There's lots more things that you'll ask questions about, and we can sort that out on the handover. If you've got any questions about this or any other of our videos, 01373 752 100. Option 1 is for the sales team. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. What else are we on? TikTok. Oh yes, don't forget the TikTok ones are brilliant. Kaylee and Emma do some great videos on TikTok, although they're both a bit... Anyway, we're also, come and see us. That's what we really like. We're at 36 Headquarters Road on the West Wilts Trading Estate, Westbury BA134JR. email us on sales@wiltshirecaravans.co.uk. See the website, wiltshirecaravans.co.uk. But however you want to contact us, please do. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Any questions, like I say, give us a call. We've had a few people calling up that haven't bought caravans from us yet, or have now considering it because we've been helpful when they've called in. So that's all from me from now. Till next time, thanks very much for your time. Bye-bye.